Hip-hop's certified OVO podcaster from the OVO sweatshop, OVO Mal, also known as Malina Trump, has gone full ice mode for his Iceman, Peter Pan Graham, on episode 414 of his podcast, ironically titled Case Dismissed, where OVO Malina defends his certified lover cake, after Champagne Karen officially took the biggest L in his career by Judge Jeanette Vargas, who officially put an end to the disgruntled Canadian's lawsuit against UMG and his rich baby daddy, Lucien Grange. A lawsuit that started all because Mr. Cakes was sensitive and in his pajama clothes over Lucien and the UMG, allowing the king of hip-hop, Kendrick Lamar, to destroy Drizzle Marie's hip-hop career with releasing the Not Like Us record, that ultimately became notorious like the notorious B.I.G.G.I.E.
Get it? Biggie.
Thanks to Drizzle Marie's big ego like Beyonce.
You got a big ego, such a huge ego.
Making Not Like Us possibly the greatest diss record of all time by taking the song to court, which is ironically something I predicted Drizzle Pie would do on my channel nearly a year ago. And also thanks to his delusional fan base that are officially known as the OVOs, who really have been holding down their 69 war god and wanting to be down for whatever Drizzle Cake is going through, like Brandy. But anyways, OVO's #1 hip-hop podcaster for all the Chihuahuas, Deadass went on his podcast alongside Eminem's cousin from Ireland, Rory, to state that this lawsuit is far from over.
This is not over with. I know people hear things getting dismissed, but like there's a whole nother level that I believe this is getting ready to go to. I don't think this is over. It's definitely not over here.
Till it's over, but it's far from over.
Telling all of his fans, the fuck are y'all thinking? Because apparently, Drizzle Cake is
about to set it off in this bitch, Jada Pinkett. Tell me how I'm getting home. You too fine to be laying down in bed.
People have to know that his lawyer, his team, they're going to appeal this and take this to another level.
Because according to Mal, his certified lover cake knows way more about what's going on behind the scenes with him in his battle between Kendrick Lamar and UMG, which makes no dollars and no sense like DJ Quick, because the appeals court does not allow additional evidence that Champagne Karen allegedly did not disclose before his lawsuit was officially dismissed. But according to OVO Mal, Drizzle Cake's team is preparing to take this case to another level. And this is where hip-hop's favorite Ginger really has the most logic in the room, like he was a biracial rapper fighting his identity issues.
You didn't know that, did you?
Cause I'm proud to be black. Every time somebody asked me what it was like to be a white rapper, I was like, man, it's so great. Some brother was like, hey, ain't your daddy black? And I was like, oh shit.
Because Rory is really trying to have a heart-to-heart with his black brother, asking the OVO soldier if it's time for the OVOs to let this case go.
So, I mean, should we just let it go?
No, see, no.
With Mal immediately responding like his uncle Jay-Z off the Blueprint by simply stating,
"No, ROC, we running this rap shit."
Like,
no.
At this point.
No. Why? Would you? It's
Didn't they reveal everything? Because that was also something I saw on the OVO stand side of like, nah, he purposely was trying to lose the first one so he could reveal more in the appeal. And I was like, well, why wouldn't he just...
Yeah, nah.
But what I find funny is how OVO Mal feels so confident that the OVO lawyer team will be able to take this case to another level when the certified OVO podcaster has already been proven wrong about his certified lover cake's intentions with suing UMG. Like his bold claim where Mal famously said that Drizzle Cake is fighting for not only his reputation, like Taylor Swift, but also for a big payout from UMG and his rich baby daddy, Lucien Grange.
I feel like Drake feels like this was a coerced attack on his character. Whatever information he has, whatever team he has, trust and believe they have all of their ducks lined up and they feel like they are going to be victorious in this situation. I'm more than positive that the biggest artist in his world has some language in his contracts where what the DSPs did with that photo was definitely against his contract.
Yeah.
I'm more than positive.
A lie detector determined that was a lie.
This is not the average artist. This is the biggest artist in the world. One of the three, him, Taylor, Beyonce, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So
that's
Beyonce, sweetie, I'm so sorry. Beyonce.
That's the real big three.
That's the real big three. So
what?
This is a big three war that we're seeing right now. This is what happens when one of the big three decides, yo, the labels did some bullshit and I'm gonna make them pay for it.
Shut the fuck up. You thought you ate that?
Just to find out months later that, oh shit, Drizzle Cake and his team never intended to take a settlement or a big payout, and were only focused on punishing UMG for releasing Not Like Us, trying to frame it as defamation. In other words, OVO Mal, you can miss me with that bullshit.
Miss me with that bullshit. This ain't what you want, this ain't what you want.
I mean, Mal's delusion is so bad where he has me thinking he feels like he's Tupac, reincarnated, as if he's telling Drizzle Marie that my enemies are your enemies, and you ain't never had a friend like me.
You ain't never had a friend like me. Believe that. Just stay strong, we'll appeal, nigga, you'll be free. Down with you to the very end. I'm down for you, so ride with me. My enemies, your enemies.
What the fuck are you talking about? What are you talking about?
My enemies, your enemies.
Because sorry, not sorry, you can't convince me enough that OVO Mal has not made UMG, Kendrick Lamar, and the Kendrick Lamar fans like me his enemies, just to stand by his man, Peter Pan Graham. But what kind of friend would actually allow their so-called friend to continue embarrassing themselves not only in the public eye, but to hip-hop culture? Especially when OVO Mal is directly connected to hip-hop, the culture, and the industry, thanks to his big brother, Kareem, also known as Biggs, one of the three founders of Rockefeller Records, alongside Mal's uncles, Jay-Z and Dame Dash.
It's the Rock, you bastards!
At some point, you would think that OVO Mal would be a real friend to Champagne Karen, who is clearly searching for that real love, something he's searching for. And advise him to officially let this lawsuit go and to focus on more projects that will satisfy the OVHOs, like his upcoming Iceman album. But seriously, do any of us really believe that Molly Mal can actually give Drizzle Cake good advice on how to handle this battle and the lawsuit moving forward? In the words of Mal's uncle,
no! ROC, we running this rap.
Because we all know that Champagne Karen doesn't want accountability from his bros. No, he wants his bros to make him feel like he's the greatest musician of all time, who can't do no wrong in the eyes of his OVHOs.
Shrek? Oh, come on, donkey, look at him in his wee little boots. Let's keep him.
Say what?
Which is exactly why I will always question the actual friendship between OVO Malina and Drizzle Marie. Because if you can't even be real with your mans about how he looks in hip-hop, then what's the point of even defending a certified man-child, where OVO Mal is playing Captain Save-A-Ho, trying to save Champagne Karen's image on his platform, when Champagne Karen doesn't even want to be saved?
We get that package deal down there at Cellular One. Baby, I'm here for you. I got you.
I'm just saying. Not to mention, Mr. Cakes has yet to even offer an interview to his #1 OVO podcaster. And even if Mal is acting like he doesn't want a Drizzle Cake interview, it's the least that Mr. Marie could do, because sorry not sorry, it's starting to seem like Drizzle Pie is feeding OVO Malina a bunch of bullshit and the lies when it comes to his intentions with this case. Because why else would OVO Mal be so confident in going on a show several months ago, making claims that he feels Drizzle Cake will settle out of court with UMG for a huge money settlement? when clearly that was the opposite of what happened. Not to mention, in that same interview, Mal claims he is in direct contact with Champagne Karen about this case, but yet even with this case being dismissed, Mal still feels strongly about Drizzle Cake's lawyer team being able to take this to a whole nother level. I mean, if it's true that Mr. Cakes is giving OVO Mal a bunch of bullshit information, the least that Mr. Cakes could do is publicly acknowledge and apologize to his number one glazer from the OVO sweatshop and say, hey, Mal, thanks for ruining your podcast credibility on your huge hip-hop platform just to defend me, Drizzle Marie, hip-hop's sweetest entertainer and lover cake with blackface.
What?
I'm just saying. Which is even more crazier when you think about Mal putting up with this bullshit from Drizzle Cake, when Mal wouldn't even take this type of shit from his former BFF, Joseph Anthony Budden, who OVO Malina was literally best friends with for nearly 15 years, way longer than his friendship with Champagne Karen, before their official breakup in 2021, which I still agree Mal was lied to and robbed of money by Joe, in my opinion. But I'll never forget Mal calling out Joe back then, claiming that Joe let the industry get to him once the podcast got bigger and became fake acting industry around the Mal, Rory, and other longtime friends, just for Mal, ironically a few years later, to act industry to his fans and his own co-host on his show anytime he's protecting Drizzle Pie. Never forget when Mr. Malina was yelling at his black queen and his treacherous twin, Damaris, back in 2024 after Damaris gave slight criticism on how Drizzle Cake was handling the battle in the beginning.
I'm just asking y'all questions from both sides.
Why we not addressing that? Kendrick is addressing Drake's culture vulture ways and the way that he steals from the fucking culture.
What did he steal?
We not talking about how he said
all of you niggas, including nigga he's in a beef with. Nobody wanted to take that nigga on tour. The fuck are y'all? Y'all can't. Yeah, this is where it stops.
I mean, it's crazy for Mal to crash out like a 10-year-old for a certified man-child who OVO Mal was not close to at all just a few years ago, when Mal was on the JBP with Joseph Anthony, who clearly has had on and off issues with Drizzle Marie for years. And for me, as an original supporter of the JBP that featured Joe, Rory, Mal, and Parks.
Everyone looks like they're
Parks.
You couldn't pay me enough to believe that years later, the same Mal from Fordham would actually turn into the biggest Drizzle Cake glazer and the number one Kendrick Lamar hater, as if he was Mano from Brooklyn.
You see me, high hater, high hater, high hater. You see me, high hater.
At this point, I'm more convinced than ever that OVO Mal is only acting like Drizzle Cake's best friend to spite his former BFF for over a decade, Joseph Anthony Budden. And I'm sure deep down, Joe Budden is disgusted with the way that Mal has been acting. Not only did he choose Rory, Eminem's cousin from Ireland, over his 15-year friendship, I'm sure it hurts Joey deep down in his twisted little heart. I mean, really, look at what OVO Malina did to Joseph Anthony. He cut him off from a good love.
She done cut me off from a good love.
Because Mal told him that those days were gone, and they could never be friends again like Trey's songs.
Those days were gone. And I wish we ain't no way we can be friends.
What the fuck are you talking about? What are you talking about?
I'm done. I'm done. But anyways, for my final thoughts, even though Drizzle Cake has embarrassed himself so badly, the best thing would be for his OVO crew, including OVO Malina, to stop being chatty patties about this defamation lawsuit. Because since it's proven that the rest of the OVOs only use emotion over logic, getting lost in emotion like Lisa. When it comes to defending Champagne Karen, the public perception of their 69 war god is only going to get worse the more the OVOs continue to defend him. But let me know your thoughts. Do you think that OVO Malina should be an actual friend to Drizzle Cake and tell him straight up to cut the bullshit with this lawsuit and move on with his career and continue being the biggest hip hop entertainer for all the Chihuahuas? Or do you really think that Mal should be defending Drizzle Cake in the way that he currently is? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, go be amazing and have an amazing rest of your day.